We have said it before. We will say it again. The danger, the inherent danger of liberal Zionism cannot be overstated when things like what happened.
I don't know. There's a few. There's a few that have. You've got that adorable, what's her name? Hannah Einbinder.
Hannah Einbinder. That's what's her name's daughter. From the original cast of SNL.
I told you that. Yeah. From what's her mother's name? Lorraine Newman. Lorraine Newman's daughter is Hannah Einbinder. But you're right. There have been a couple, and I'm drawing a blank right now. There have been a couple of Jewish celebrities that have been on the right side of this.
Not enough.
Not enough. But I mean,
forget it. It's not even a consensus. It's not even a small minority. It's pathetic.
So I know.
Michael Douglas, open your fucking mouth. Larry David, you love Palestinian Chicken is considered the #1 episode in the history of Curb Your Enthusiasm. And that is an episode that everybody talks about. And Larry did a fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you've got,
Deborah Winger.
There's that. I mean, there's celebrities, but just not enough Jewish
John
people.
Cusack is Irish Catholic. Like it's not the same.
Wishful thinking.
It's just not. And you need people within the community to be a traitor to that community. Heck, even somebody like fucking George Clooney, even though he's Irish Catholic, like he could say something and he doesn't.
But none of them do. I know. I would be curious to know the percentage of the people that don't say because they're scared versus don't say because they like it, because I would say it's probably 50-50.
The one prominent actor who is Jewish that I can say has definitively denounced Israel is Mandy Patinkin. He is the one person that I can say that has
Mandy
actually been Patinkin. He's been very vocal about it.
Which is pretty good for the total lib that he is.
Yeah. And he is a total lib, 100%. He's a pro-Democratic Party guy. He's always been featured, but he's been very adamant about separating Judaism from Zionism, and that is to his credit. That is very much to his credit, and he is a great actor. So I would not, if Inigo Montoya says you are going to do this or prepare to die, it is inconceivable. And Wally Shawn, who is also Jewish, has been very outspoken as well.
Yes, he has. Correct. And guys, Katie Halper did a great interview with Wallace Shawn. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago, but it's been since October 7th, and he has been outspoken on that.
Yes, very much. Here's somebody who unfortunately pretends to be outspoken, but when push comes to shove, he reverts back to his liberal Zionism, and that's why we're trapped. And yes, Joaquin Phoenix would be the biggest one of them all right now.
Excuse me! We're having a conversation here. Get ready.
Israel needs to be stopped!
Get her
How
out.
dare you continue to support Israel when they keep killing Palestinians?
Thank you for attending. We're going to get to this issue.
Shame on you, Bernie, for not speaking up for the Palestinian people!
Sir, can we get security, please?
Why don't you just stop the defensive aim?
We need
Israel
security.
doesn't need defensive systems. They're a genocide.
That guy's scary with that flag.
Stop all hating Israel.
Bernie.
Cool. Senator Sanders.
How would you like the United States to handle its relationship with Iran and its relationship with Israel and Prime Minister Netanyahu in the coming days?
Led the effort in the United States Senate and U.S. military aid to Israel.
End it there, but he won't. He should end it there. And I don't know what he's going to say, but I have a feeling that it's going to be the words Netanyahu is going to come out of his fucking mouth, and it doesn't need to. He could just end it right there. But no, right, Bernie? Not just ending it.
And I think what happened in Gaza is, in fact, and I say this reluctantly, is genocide.
Why would you say it reluctantly?
Why did it take you so long to say it in the first place?
It took him over 2 years.
Please.
He only said it in the last few months.
I know. And I guarantee you the name Netanyahu is going to come out of his mouth. And I have not even seen this clip.
States should not be funding the Israeli military. And now, by the way, in case some of you don't know, there's a defense bill that is coming up which has the U.S. in cooperation with the Israeli government in terms of the development of new weapons. And that is a provision which I will very strongly oppose.
Okay, so it wasn't the whole interview. Because one of the things that pisses me off the most about Bernie is he constantly goes with the Netanyahu talking point. That as if this isn't a problem except for Netanyahu. That's the problem.
I mean, he does use his platform to identify this, but again, this is the whole thing about it always being this Netanyahu issue. Bernie, Smotrich and Gavir are even worse than Netanyahu. And I never hear you say their names. You could say his government, but Jen, you have been very clear that since the first Intifada in 1987, there has been a dramatic generational shift in the type of people that now live in Israel compared to what it was over the first 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, Israel's always been a secular state, but certainly it's gotten like more and more and more radical. It has. And a lot of the people that would be your more normal, not that, look, the whole concept, we know that I am like averse to the whole concept of an ethno-state in general, but there were people that were living there that were much more moderate minded and weren't so like bloodlusty. They just weren't. And a lot of the more reasonable people did start to leave. And that really picked up in 2014 when Netanyahu came back into power. And that was when we started seeing huge increases, unfortunately, a lot of them in South Florida, of Israelis, because it was even too extreme for people. And that's the truth. So the people that were left are the rabid, psycho, very right-wing people. And then where are you going? Who excused you? So it really has skewed, just like everywhere else, we've kind of skewed to the right. And now we're seeing it pull back in this hence revolution. But what I would say the people also in Israel, this is what I was going to tell you, is that the people that don't serve, a lot of the people leave Israel because they don't want to serve. And then there's the people that don't serve and go to jail. And those are also your more moderate people. But over the past, let's say 10, 12 years, a lot of those people have just left. So now you have a fully rabid, because the the IOF wasn't a rabid like thing like that. It wasn't like that in the sense of full of religious zealots like it is now. It just shows the shift in the population.
Sorry, I'm still shifting.
Oh, 1,000%. I did not know that when I was in Herzliya. But now, please, the entire thing needs to be lanced like a boil off of humanity.
You know, we have said before that one of the only reasons why this country has not been taken over by its government is because this country is armed. And considering everything that's going on right now, pushing for unlimited amounts of censorship, liberal Zionism making a massive comeback through the Democratic Party, which again should not surprise anybody. This is why we've talked about J Street and these other organizations that will replace AIPAC, because again, there are dozens of pro-Israel lobbying groups. AIPAC just happens to be very prominent right now, but they're not the only one. And when they want to shut people up, this is what just happened during a recent protest of the Israel Day in Toronto.
They're making her take this off? Are you guys making her take that off?
We're giving her a caution. We're trying to avoid her from being arrested.
Why can't she have that on her foot? Wait, she can get arrested for having that on her foot?
We cautioned her first. If she continues to keep it on, then she
But why? You can't have a flag. What if
It's inciting hate. And if we see anybody else doing it, they'll get the same caution.
How is it inciting hate though?
It's inciting hate because they're stepping on a flag, sir.
So?
A different country, and it's a tumultuous situation with people yelling back and forth.
But how is that?
Oh, Christ.
Okay, so abolition now. And I would direct people back to the Mission Abolition series that I have done. These people are stormtroopers, and they're just following their orders. And yeah, I do believe they made it a crime. Toronto is a very Zionist.
Exceptionally. In fact, I think you mentioned this to me. You talk to any Canadian who's not in Toronto, it's like they don't claim Toronto as part of Canada. Like regular Canadians.
Montreal. That's Montreal.
No, I think, no.
Sure? I just know Toronto's very Zionist, but it's
That's
still.
my point.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like Canada as a country is not Zionist, but Toronto is.
No, yes, they are. I can introduce you to an entire colony of Zionists in
Vancouver.
BC. In Vancouver.
Well, Vancouver would have been the other city. All right, we'll finish it up.
I'm telling you, it's a hate crime.
That's a hate crime?
Yes.
That's a hate crime? These guys make up the law as they go along. That's not a hate crime.
Zionism is not a religion. It is a political ideology for terrorists. That is what it is. So when Bernie tells you, I want the effort in the United States Senate to make sure.
I don't even want you to do it anymore. I mean, it's sad because I know you're good at it, but now it's official that every single one of your impersonations is someone that I'm disgusted with.
That's unfortunate.
Or wouldn't want anywhere near me or anybody.
Bernie,
Bernie's at least not into little girls, but other than that, I'm disgusted with him.
Now, Bernie, unfortunately, is just a coward, and that is unfortunate.
You
needed to be
so
Bernie, when you said back in 2015 that the American people are, I think the American people are ready for a political revolution. Yeah, they were, Bernie. And that's why, rest in peace, the same progressive was right to call you out back then, saying, do not use the word revolution if you're not willing to be a revolutionary. And he was not. He folded like a cheap suit. He had it until the convention. And at the convention, he could have made things very interesting, and he chose not to. And people could think whatever they want about their conspiracies, about why he did or didn't do it. But the fact of the matter is, he didn't do it. He caved. That is why Trump won. And that is the end of history, or at least the history that we could have had. We ended up in the Biff horrific version of this future. It should not be lost on anybody that the alternate future is from 2015, the very year that this all started. Back to the Future knew what they were up to. Bob Zemeckis and Bob Gale, they knew what they were doing when they were writing that film.